Hello coders. Today we are going to discuss this educational code forces round 159, and this is the div 2 round. And I hope you have all given this round. So I am going to discuss problem A and problem B and problem C. Let's start with the problem A. So yeah, so the problem C A says that you are given a string, right? And in one operation you choose a position I from 1 to mod of s minus 1, like absolute of s minus 1, and then you insert a character between the ith and I plus first character 0. So yeah. So I hope you have all read the problem statement. Yeah. So the problem says that we have given a string which contains which contains one and zeros, right? Zeros, one. Okay. And like x, I'm denoting x to like any digit, right? And what we want that like the count of 0 should be greater than the count of 1, right? Count of 0 should be greater than count of 1. Okay guys, so now the thing is and what we can do few operations. Our operations are if we have a two element which are same, right? If we have a two element which are same, then then we can add one between them, right? I guess this is the only operation. uh, yeah, yeah, it is correct. And if we have a two characters, if we have a two different character, right, then we can insert zero between them. Okay, so we can do only these two operation. First operation is this this one, and the second operation is this one, right? Okay, so now the thing is that what we want that count of 0 should be greater than 1. So now if we want to increase the count of 0, so there is a clear intuition that we will increase the count of 0, right? Simple. If we want that the count of 0 should be greater than 1 count of 1, then we will try to increase the zeros. And in which case we can increase the zeros? If there is a case that there we have a two digit, we can increase 0, right? So now if so the we can got the solution that if we have a if in a string, if we have only one and only 0, like if in a string at any point, if I have this 1 0 or 0 1, I can at I can just insert 0 between them and increase the count of 0. Don't have to worry about what are the number of ones and what are the number of zeros. It is simply that if we have a 0 1, we can increase any number of 0. Why? How? Let's say I have a 0 1. This is a string which I have given. I will insert 0 here. Then in this string I will insert one more 0, right? So like this is all. I can increase the number of count as much as I want. So if in a string, if I have a 1 and a 0, then my answer is going to be yes, always, always, right? If I have only zeros, then my answer is also yes. And if I have only ones, then my answer is no. I hope this is pretty clear to you. And the answer is no because we can always increase one between them. And yeah, I hope this is clear to you. And if you have still any doubt, you can ask me on the comment section. And let's see a code quickly. The code is simple. If I have a zero, if I have a zero in a string, I have just changed the flag to true. And if I have a flag, then yes, otherwise no, right? This is my problem A. Okay, now move to the problem B. What is the problem B? Monograph is student in Berlin, and due to recent call changes in the Berlin system, monograph has studied only one subject. Yeah, I think this is pretty good question. So, like for me at least, this was a bit challenging question. So the problem says that we like monocrap is a student in a Berlin University, and I will explain you in the pad thing. Okay. So now, so the monocrap is basically a student, right? Monocrap is basically a student, and what is happening that monocrap is studying for n days. Monocrap is studying for n days, and in these n days, he is getting every day he has one lesson. He have one lesson. So basically, he's going to the college. Let's say monocrap is a student. He's going to the college, and he have n classes, like n number of classes, and every day he have every day he have one lessons. Every day he have one lessons. So how many lessons monocrap have? N lessons monocrap have. Now on every seventh day, after the starting of the college, monocrap got will get a task. Let's say if monocrap not suppose let it is given that if monocrap start with the first date, then next assignment he will get at 8, then next assignment he will get at 1 8, and 1 plus 8 plus 7 15. So this is how monocrap will get the assignments at first at once, and second assignment at 8, and the third assignment at 15, right? Now uh, so if I have to calculate how many assignment monocrap will get at n days, if I have to calculate it, so how I will calculate? First I have to calculate it, right? So let's say if he have a 16 days, if he have a 16 days, then 16 divide by 7, I guess will give the answer. 7 to the 14, yeah. So first 16 divided by 7 plus 1 is the total number of assignment the monograph will get. For I guess 7, for 7 by 7, 1, no, yeah. So yeah, 16 minus 1 will work, yeah. So let's say if monograph have 8, if monograph have 8 assignments, right, 8 days, right, it if monograph have 8 days, then how many assignment he have? If monograph has a classes of 8 days, so monograph have 8 minus 1 by 7 plus 1 assignment. 8 minus 7, 1, sorry, 7, 7 by 7, 1, and it is 2. So he will get first assignment at 1 and second assignment at 8. And this formula will work for every n. So formula is n minus 1 divided by 7 and whole of plus 1, right? So this formula will give me the total number of tasks for n days, which now what we want. So what we want that uh, what we want that uh, let's say he is a monocrap is a lazy person, and what he want to maximize his rest. So basically if he have n classes, n days, well, n classes, what n classes mean, he have n working days. Now what he want to do rest as much as possible because he is lazy, right? And what is the condition that if he want to pass his semester, like or college or classes, or let's say anything on or course, then he have to get at least few marks, let's say required marks, let's say r so if he want to pass the examination, so he need at least or he need at least marks greater than required. uh, awk- like awkward marks will be greater than equals to required marks, right? At least you need these marks to pass the college. I hope this is clear to you. And the we have given two kind of marks. First is for lessons, L, and the third is for and the third marks is sorry second marks is for task. This is given in a question. This is for lesson and this is for task, right? So yeah. So now what we want a number. We want a days. We want to maximize the resting days. If we want to maximize the resting days, it means that we have to decrease the working days. Like this is pretty simple, like simple thing. Like this is vice versa dependent. If I have to rest as much as I can, so I have to decrease my working days. If I am not working at all, I am just resting at all, right? So this is the thing. So yeah, so this is the thing. Now let's see the approach which I have solved. So first I was thinking of something greedily, but I didn't get. I was thinking some greedy approach, but I was not able to prove it. So, or I was not sure that it will work or not. So I just thought around binary search, uh, right? I just thought around binary search. Let's see how I did applied a binary search here. So now how I applied a binary search. Now I have a one intuition in my mind that uh, let's say if I want to maximize his score, what I want to do, if I want to maximize, not maximize his score, if I want to maximize the rest, his rest, so I want to minimize the working days. Okay, right. So my intuition was that I will try to pick the last days. Last, let's say his working days are X. Let's say his working days are X working days. So I will try to pick last X days. Why I will try to pick last X days? Uh, because let's say if I am working at last X days, uh, I have a choice that I can do two tasks at a single day. It is given that you can do two tasks at a single day. If I am working at the last X days, I can do two tasks at a single day, right? And I have every task. Like in n days, what are in n days? How many tasks I have? I have this. I have these number of tasks, right? But during the starting of the college, I don't have. I have only one task, right? Or let's say if I do X days, right, then I will got only x minus 1 uh, x minus 1 by 7 plus 1 task. I will only get these number of tasks, right? And if I have to like uh, so my like my was so for that reason my intuition was that I will try to greedily I thought that I will try to do uh, work at last X days and I will take a rest of n minus X days. So my intuition was like simple that I will rest for n minus X days and at last I will work because I have a choice at last X days. I have a choice that how much task I have to do. I need to do to get my result maximize, get my score maximize, right? Because I have every task. At last, I have every task, right? I hope it is clear to you. Like I have every number task, right? So this was about the intuition. So now how I solved it? I just simply did a binary search. So by or how I did a binary search. So let's say uh, I have let's say should I have to use example? Let's use this example, I guess. Let's use this example. All right. I think I will explain with the example more perfectly. Yeah. So yeah, just make it a bit smaller. Okay. Yeah. So now the thing is that we have 8 days and our required score is 120. Our required score is 120. Our task score is 20, and our lesson scores are 10. So let's say if I am just applying my first day is will be my I will be 1, my first day will be 1, my jth will be n 8, right? Right. Oh, sorry, my jth will be 8. So my last day, first day is will be 1, and they will be end. So I will pick if I pick a mid, then my mid will be 4. 8 plus 9, yeah, 2 by 4. So my mid is 4. So now, like, if I work only for last 4 days, if I only work for last 4 days, what is my score? I will try to do that. My score will be for 4 days. Like, how many lessons I have? Obviously, for 4 days, in 4 days, I can do only 4 lessons, right? In a 4 days, I can do only 4 lessons. Last 4 lessons, obviously, right, because I will go to college and do lessons. So mid into yeah, mid into lessons. Lessons. What is this? Lesson score, right? Mid into lesson score plus. Now, how many tasks I have when I do work at last 4 days? So my first task will I will get first task as 1, and I will get second task as 8, right? So so the thing is that I can do so I got 2 tasks, right? So the thing is that I can do I have 2 tasks, I have 4 days. Can I do 2 tasks at 4 days? Obviously, I can do these 2 tasks only at one day. So my answer will be, let's say, 2, right? So to total number of tasks. What are total number of tasks? Total number of tasks are n minus 1, right? N minus 1 by 7 plus 1, right? This is my total number of tasks into task score, right? Now there is a catch also here. So now the catch is that, let's say I have n minus 1 by 7 tasks, but there is also one condition which we have, that we can only do I will only do 2 tasks per day, right? So obviously, like, in this case, I have only 2 tasks, right? So I can do on a single day. But I have 4 days. But let's say for some greater n, I have larger number of tasks, right? If I have a larger number of tasks, let's say for 4 days, if I got, let's say, 9 tasks, then I can't do all 9 tasks, right? So there is a limit that I will choose minimum of. Cutting this. I'm writing it again. Minimum of. I will choose minimum of. Writing total number of tasks to TT, and minimum of 2 into mid. Like, I know that I can I can at last X days I have every task which I can get. I have every task, but I can only do 2 tasks per day, right? I can only do 2 tasks per day. So my limit will be minimum of total number of tasks I have, and 2 into mid task, right? Why I'm doing like 2 into mid? Because it's just I have a range to, like, I can't do greater than this, and total task, like, if I have a greater than this range, I will take this range. If I have less than this range, total number of tasks, then I will choose the total number of tasks which I have. Okay, and into what? Into task score, right? If this is greater than greater than equal to required score, then my answer will be then my answer will be then my working days will be uh, mid, and I will do my higher value to mid minus 1, else I will do my lower value to mid plus 1. I hope it is clear to you. I will explain you again what happened here. That let's I will just explain you again. I have a mid I have a mid value, right? And mid value, and for mid value I will check how many tasks I can do, right? How many tasks I can do, and how many lessons I can do. And for for high, mid number of days I can do m mid number of lessons, and for mid number of days, how many tasks I can do. There was a formula mid minus wait, where is pen gun gone? I think there's a network issue. Never mind. I think I should have to use OneNote, I guess. I have a network issue, I guess. Okay. Control A, delete. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So what I was saying, that I have mid value, mid value, right? I have mid value, and I will total number of tasks for mid number of days. I will calculate total number of lessons mid number of days. I will just multiply with their respective scores, and the solution which I will get, if I compare, if I can get a greater, if I can get, if this is greater than required score, then I will try to decrease my number of, obviously, what I want to decrease my working days, so that I will try to decrease my working days so that my rest will increase. So I will just go to the level lower bound, and I will just decrease the days, and yeah, that's it. I hope this is clear to you. Now, if you will see my code, then it will be more clear to you. What is really happening here, right? The code is pretty simple. That I just ij, yeah, and working days are, I just take a working days as infinity max, sorry, long max, so like just infinity. Just simple what I have explained you, total number of tasks I have and total lessons I have mid, and min of mid into 2, total task into t, plus lessons into l is greater than required score, which is r. Then I will just update my working days, and g equal to g mid minus 1, I equals to mid plus 1, and I just printed the n minus working days, which is my rest days. And I just take a maximum of 0 and n minus working days, because because like for some day, like for some condition, I can get working days as infinity, that I can't do that task at in given number of days. That for that case, if I get a negative value, I will just print a 0, right? I can't do rest, right? So for that cases, I will do this. I hope this is pretty clear to you, and if you have still in doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. I will try to resolve each and every query, right? And if you are here until now, you can give a subscribe and like my channel. I don't do this, but yeah, I am doing effort, so I think I need it. So now let's discuss the problem C. So yeah, let's say what was the problem C was saying, that you are given an integer, even all its elements are destined for your insert one. Okay, yeah, good. Remember. So what is the question is saying, that the question is saying that we have given an array. We have given an array, and let's say something something, like A, B, C, D, E, F, and what is happening, and what we want, we want to make these these equal, these number are equal. What we want to make array equal, and also we want to add one element x also, and we make every element equal, right? So so hmm, so the thing is that so let's say, and what are the operations I can do? I can just increase my array's element by plus x. I can increase my every element array element by plus x, and now I have to tell in how many minimum steps I can in how many minimum steps I can make every element, each element of array to equal. Right? We can make it every time, for every possible case we can make it equal. Why? Because I can just increase every time one to every element and try to make it equal. Every time, in every case I can make it equal, right? This is I think clear to you all. Now we will see the approach here, right? Sorry for the spelling. Yeah. So what was the thing? So now let's see. I have an array, and I will explain you with an example. I guess this example is, I think, a perfect example to explain you. And I have an array, and let's write it in a sorted way. I am doing a sorting to explain you what is happening here. Minus 19, minus 15, minus 3, and 1, and what second number, and 70, right? So so I just thought, what I want to make every element equal, and I want to also add one extra element x, right? X can be here, x can be greater than this, like x can be any element, right? So I want to make every element equal. So let's first forget about this x, like first forget about this x, and learn, first focus on that, how to make this array equal. Then we will think about x, what is the use of x, right? So if I try to make every element equal, so let's say I will just do a basic approach. I will do a basic approach. My basic approach will be, I will try to make minus 19 to 17 with using x equals to plus 1, x equal to 1. I will just do it. I will try to make it equal. So for to make minus 19 to 17, how many steps are required? 19 plus 17, I required 19 plus 17. 36 steps, 26, 36 steps. 36 steps for to make this to this, and for this to this, 32 steps, minus 15 to this, and for to make minus 3 to 20, 17, I guess 20 steps. I hope I am correct. And for this, I want 60 steps. So in how many steps I can do? You can sum it up and you will know. If I choose x equals to 1, then I will, and then I can, if I choose x equal to 1, then I can do in this number of steps, plus 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 plus, right? So yeah, but now the tricky part is that if I choose x equal to 4, right, then how many, in how many steps I can do? You can just try to calculate it by yourself. I can do in 9 steps, I can do in 8 steps, I can do in 5 steps, I can do in 4 steps. I just simply divided it, but if you calculate it, you will get this: 9 plus 8 plus 5 plus 4, which is, I guess, 26, right? So 9 plus 9, 18, 18, yeah, 26. So yeah. So now the thing is, how I will choose the number x. This is the case. So if you think, if you see clearly, that if you have mm, built a difference, then you can see that there is a one thing common in between, right? There is a common, if I take GCD of all number, I will get a number which is 4, right? So why I'm taking, so now thing is why I'm taking GCD, right? Why I'm taking GCD? So if I have a difference of 36, right? And if I am increasing by 1, right? Now if I have a difference of 36, what GCDs mean? GCDs means that I have a 4 common in every this, in this difference, in this difference, in this difference, in this difference, I have 4 common, right? So if I have increased, this means that if I am at a point, I will try to explain why I'm using GCD and just explaining this. If I am at point this, right, and if I am doing moving a 36 steps, moving a 36 steps and reaching here, right, 36 steps, I am reaching here. If I use, if I do 4 steps, if I do a jump of 4 steps, I will reach here at 9 steps. Why? Because if I have this 0 and if this is 36, if I am doing one step, if I am doing one step, then I am reaching it here at 36 steps. If I am doing a jump of 4 steps, I will reach here at 9 steps. So in in this every difference, the 4 is the common thing. The 4 is the common thing that I can reach 32, difference 32 with the help of 4. I can reach 20 with the help of 4, and I can reach also 16 with the help of 4. So that is the reason I am calculating the GCD. I hope I am clear to you. So simple as that. If I have if I have to cover the distance of 16, I can use x as a 4, right? If I have to cover the, so 16, so so the thing is that I have to choose a number which is, which from which I can cover every difference, difference. So I just, so I, for that reason I take a GCD, and GCD is giving me the highest common factor, the factor which is basically the factor which is getting divided by greatest common divisor or highest common factor which is getting divisible by every number. The 4 will be divisible by every number which is here, and yeah. So yeah, so I think 80% of my problem is solved now. Now the 20% part will be about the X part. I hope this is clear to you. This is making sense to you. What is happening here? And let's say now I have to add X, right? So let's say if I have an array and if I make every element equal to this last element, yeah, this is my approach. Pretty clear. Now if I introduce one element X, right? So my, obviously, like let's say if not X, let's take Z because there is confusion of variables. And if my difference is X, not difference, if my GCD is X, or like if I take a difference of every element here, and if I got a GCD X, then uh, this difference should be at least X, right? The difference should be at least X, because if I have to reach, if I'm taking GCD as X, every element jump X, uh, X number of times, not X number of times, single times X, make a jump of X, right? I hope it is clear to you. So I have to take an element which is X farther than the last element, right? So for, so if I do something like this, so what will happen that every element, like every element reached here, like make like equal to this element y. Now if I make to make every element y to z, I have to increase one step in each. So how many steps I have increased? I have increased n number of steps, right? This is correct. This is nothing, nothing bad in this. But what we want to minimize it. So we think a bit tricky in a tricky way. So what will happen that, like what I can do, that why not to introduce y, if y is here, if a is here, if b is here, this is my previous element, why not to introduce z here with a difference of x? Why not to introduce z here, right? So if I introduce z here, what will happen that in a difference of x, if I am able to improve the introduce a z, so now I will uh, So now I will have to increase every element, right? And in few steps I will reach here, and like for- the count will be same for every ABC, and let for Z it will be only one step, right? And yeah, so the solution will be my previous solution for previous array plus 1, right? Simple for Z. Now the one more case is that let's say if my element Z is already there, if I got a number which is already there, right? If I got a number y minus x which is already there, then what? Then what I will do, I will try to introduce an element which is at 2x difference, right? 2x different. Now to make this z to this y, I have to do only two steps. I have to increase only do a two steps. Now, if or if case if like at second step if it is also there, then I will find further third steps, right? Third, if third element is there or not, right? So now my solution will be my previous solution, like plus for introducing minimum of n comma z. Z are the not z like let's say these are y number of steps, not y. Let's say there is a confusion of variable. So like these are the n, this y, this is n, this n for like increasing every element to the last element, y this z. I'm just introducing uh, I'm introducing element which is z x times z father, right? So let's say if I am, let's say what I am going to say, if I have a y here, what I'm doing, I am introducing z into x new element at here. Let's say n it. I'm introducing new element here. What where z minus x different. X is the basically the GCD, and z is the number of steps I have to choose to I have to use to make n to y. Right? I hope this is clear to you. And this was a pretty I ho- like it is a good question. I had to try to explain you with the full my full potential, right? So let's see the code. I think code will make more sense. So what I just did that if I just written a base case that if a dot size is here, if a dot size is 1, then answer is 1, and otherwise what I will do, I just stored every difference, right? Stored every difference, right? I have calculated the GCD, right? Nothing much. Then after calculating a different GCD, my GCD will be x. Then I just calculated my solution in my previous solution, obviously, without being before introducing my new element. My solution will be, if I don't have to introduce my new element, my solution will be solution. My solution will be I am dividing every difference by x, obviously, because that is common. And I hope this is clear to you why I'm dividing every element by x, like every difference by x. Because if you have seen that, I'm just trying to explain you, like 36, 32, 20, 16, my was my difference. And just if I divide by 4, then I will get 9. If I divide by 4, I will get 8. If I divide by 4, I will get 5. If I divide by 4, I will get 4, right? And after it, what I just did, I just inserted it into a set just for a like for a better search. And I just run a infinite loop, not an infinite loop. At, at any point of time, I will try to finding the previous elements, right? Previous element. Uh, I will try to find it if I have an element p at first step. Uh, if I then I will try to find the element p at second step or third step, and so on. If I at any point of time I will get an element which is y step farther, I will not I will get an element which is not present, obviously, then for that case, I will just break, and I will my solution is solution plus minimum and I hope this is clear to you. And if you have watched my video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.